the story of St. Patrick, from slave to saint. There was a time when the man we now call St. Patrick was just a boy, living a quiet life in Roman Britain. He was not especially religious. He did not expect his life to change. But one night, everything did. Raiders came. They took him from his home and carried him across the sea to Ireland. He was only 16. In Ireland, Patrick was sold into slavery. He spent his days alone, watching sheep on cold hills. No family, no comfort, no escape. But in that silence, something began to change. He started to pray, not once or twice, but many times a day, even in the rain, even in the cold. Years passed, about 6 of them. Then one night, he had a dream. A voice spoke to him. "Your ship is ready." Patrick ran. He traveled far until he found a ship waiting. Against all odds, he returned home, safe, free. You would think his story ends there, but it doesn't. Back home, Patrick had another dream. This time, he saw the people of Ireland calling out to him, asking him to come back. It was the place of his pain, the place where he had been a slave. Why would he return? Yet deep inside, he knew he was being called. Patrick chose a new path. He became a priest, later a bishop. And then, he went back to Ireland, not with anger, not with revenge, but with faith. He traveled across the land, teaching and encouraging people. One simple symbol is often linked to him: the shamrock, a small plant with 3 leaves. He used it to explain a great mystery: one God in 3 persons. His journey was not easy. There was danger, there was resistance, but he stayed. He built communities, he shared hope, and slowly, his message spread. St. Patrick never saw himself as a hero. In his own words, he was simply someone who followed God, step by step. But one choice defines his story. He returned to the people who once enslaved him and chose forgiveness. That is why, even today, he is remembered. Not just as a missionary, but as a man who turned suffering into purpose.